continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
So that's one of the endings. We've gone through 3 endings.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I've gone both ways.
Then turn around.
You can't. You can't open it. You can't go through the window.
Hi.
You can't do that either. I did see something about a vent, but I don't know how to get it. What's not in this room?
Gotta pull the chair over. Stand up on that. Stand up on
Can't stand in this chair.
Turn backwards. There you go.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Bunch of choices that are meaningless,
Wait.
but you still look for this.
Okay, I repeat that. Something
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
I mean, we can. I'm gonna speak more. I don't know. Do you want to look around the room?
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left. Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Get anything from there. Sorry, Cat. You can explore around if you want. Like, you can try doing the thing yourself.
If I do this, try boiling back. If one years,
Do you want to do that?
sure.
Like,
Try
try
games
yourself.
for it. They told me that people came to try and send me a message and serve this. Yeah. I'm going for it. I'm back to watch.
Maybe I'll send you a message?
He said, the game will not give any more commentary because it's trying to send you a message.
To leave the room?
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Wow.
Stupid America.
Maybe because you're crouched.
Well,
I'm pretty sure if you want to get to the confusion ending, you can go on that thing.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
But look at how illuminated it is. That's where you should stop crouching. I forgot if this is to the confusion ending or just to the death ending. I guess we'll see. What do you mean, no?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
There's no other doors open, you have to follow him here. I tried.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
You will not get a better graphic. Downstairs. You can't go anywhere else. No.
This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
I love the narrator. He's so great. He can do anything in there. He has a job.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Remember, if this is the confusion ending, if it is, you must use a random voice. wherever it says input access, click on it now. Input. I'm pretty sure it's 419's desk, but that computer's equals. And you know the scrollers to can't open it, but it's scared to look. It's a internet and
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
go wherever you want. It doesn't really matter.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
We love the narrator.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It wasn't confusing, I think, but
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
I wonder if this is, I forgot if this is where he adds the line of the storytelling or not. I don't know what that means, there's no place to put a username. Back in your office.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes.
I remember to read those. This annual something discussion club.
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time, I have to restart.
Have you done this one before? Okay.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Just follow the line, trademark. Don't follow the line? I never tried.
No, no, I'm done. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
I guess you have to follow the line.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood. Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
No. Just remember it. For every detail. Remember every single thoughts finding. Oh.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Just turn the camera sensitivity down, everyone. Not that way. Forward. Yep, this way. Yep. Let's just back to your office. Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
He doesn't.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
It's exciting
Oh,
gameplay.
no, not you again. Stanley,
Not you,
I'd also like to veto the
again.
line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
I tried getting up there.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important, we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Wow.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Huh. I know.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace, its subtle charm? No. Stanley knew it was something deeper, something darker. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Wait. What? Oh. I was like, how did you do that? No, you just...
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
You want to do a different ending? What you can do is when that gets up a certain point, you can jump off onto the catwalk.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not sure. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay, so the next...
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Here, let me... No, I went the wrong way.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I do want to try this. There's 2 things I had completely forgotten I could get the achievement 88.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad... Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Oh, yes. I love this calming New Age music. It is so calming and New Age. The design is...
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Take the amount of time before we had. I just didn't see it.
Yeah. I didn't realize that would happen. I just wanted to know if I could remember it. I don't know where desk 434 is. There's a Ultra Deluxe version, it goes fucking heaven instead of regular. Oh, I can show you,
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
You want to go down the escape? Okay.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Fun fact, we're not done yet. You chose this ending. You chose it!
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly. And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
This is just a lot of things that's narrator outtakes. You can hear very well. This is monitors, countdown desk. This is, I don't know, freedom ending. This is countdown room. Where you go to game. There's just a lot of different things, and here is actually really cool. Just go around and read everything. Because I already did.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
So you just exited the game for him?
It doesn't really do anything, you just restart. And I don't want to lose the progress that we have on the, Oh, actually, I might have to. So I'm gonna have to restart all our progress while I'm getting all of the inputs. But we shall see.
This is the...
You might have to. Okay.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
But no, I was just making sure to just make sure it should. So maybe it didn't.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Seems all like a lot.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I mean, I guess we could try the button A. I just don't know where the cargo lift is. Or is it for this?
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Okay, so there's a machine where you can game in 4 minutes, 29 seconds. And this is how you do it. Is for you. So yeah, or something like that.
Eight.
Anyway, I got the achievement. I wanted to see if anything else would happen. We're going this way. 8. Just 434 before the cargo lift. I don't know where 434 is.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Eventually, because I couldn't figure it out, and the time that they gave me, it's probably the longest ending.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going. What all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Your phone is still vibrating. There we go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Different? Wait, this is different?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
That has never happened before, so.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an aunt. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door, just go.
434s. I'll have to find it. It's because it's before the cargo lift. But where is 434? Is the boss 434? I don't see his.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, we might actually make it.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yes!
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would...
Keep running the Stanley Parable.
blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Was he happy though? I'm not happy. Because I couldn't find 434. I wonder if it is the boss. It's like
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
There we go. Gosh. Which ending should we go for? Because it doesn't really matter. Which way do you want to go? The what?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Technically speedrun the game by just jumping.
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
It wasn't 5 years ago.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you forgot. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
There's no bright light. I'm gonna make it really bright, like the square one.
I don't know.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
I think I've actually listened to him in this section yet, so I haven't seen him having to go to the red door. Okay.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I want it to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Oh, yes, it's in the drawer. Oh, the drawer. Got it. I don't know.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
There's this person that figured out a way to from the clock. So these are like plus we have to clock functioning. And so figured out a way how to fool the block through the open door and fail the puzzle. And they're just like, how did you do that? Your stupidity astonishes me. Whoa. You can't. It's pretty though. Look at all. Look at the colors. Caitlin, you're not supposed to be happy.
No, wait. Where are you going? Right. Where were we?
Keep going in and out of the door.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
I will break all the OSHA violations by walking upstairs safely. How high are these stairs?
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
This is an OSHA violation.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Should I do it?
What do you think?
It's a good question. What if I go back into the room? And then come back and then immediately just throw myself off of the ledge? Ooh, color.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here. No! What did we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
Okay, my bad.
Are you... You are going to stay here, aren't you?
No, there's nothing. There's not even any pretty colors anymore. Stay dark.
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die! What about this isn't getting through to you?
The die part. I don't know how much more I can get out of that, but I can try going back over time. I don't know if I'm right. I wonder if he'll eventually restart the game on his own. Oh, the colors are back! Good! That was it.
Oh, thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now,
lived?
can we please get back to the other room?
All of that just to live?
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving. Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
Okay. Okay. Boy. I kind of feel bad. The one time he's finally happy.
No. No, what are you doing? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
They actually disabled it. It's really funny. You get an achievement where you press the jump button a bunch of times. They're like, no, we disabled it. Seriously, stop trying.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
This is a really long ending.
Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you? No, perhaps not. My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Narrator, why are you doing this to me? Feel bad.
Unfortunately, the game will have regrets if we don't.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me? I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I wish I still thought that was possible.
That's the issue. Nothing is happening. I can't do anything. Now I feel bad though. Oh. First time he makes a choice for himself, but it's to do for himself.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
So, well, let's see what happens. Hello, Stanley. What happened? It's a what? 26. Huh? I don't know. There's Kevin, whiteboard, and serious ending. I really do want to get the serious ending because I've heard of it. There's also the room closet ending, which I also want to get. I don't know how to do that. How did you get to the room closet ending? The room closet ending was my favorite. I hope your friends.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And after the room closet ending, I just think it's just staying in the room closet, which I don't. If that's just the entirety of it, then I don't know why what's going on here? Okay. I don't know.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yada yada yada.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Oh, I see. So, because I went into it where we're on the second iteration of this thing. So, I will show you what happens if you,
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I don't want to go through these and again.
Here's the door, just go.
You can always just...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed him. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So basically, if you go into the room...
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Preventing access until the game is closed and opened again. Oh boy. Alright, I understand it. Okay, okay, I'm gonna look at the serious thing, because I kind of want to see the serious thing. Escape pod ending. Backing out of the doorway while stepping into the box's couches.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
press conference ending, but I feel like a lot of these would be fun. But I will try this.
Here's the door, just go.
Going to scan it, actually. I'm going to try and get this ending, but you know, as soon as it closes.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Do it very quickly, but
Here's the door.
we see here. Skip auditing is what it is. Narrator. It's the office. Narrator is just gone. This is like. So I'm doing the escape pod thing. I have to find an open door. So I've trapped the narrator in the boss's office. Wait. Get those flowers. More about moving. Escape pod bay, connect 760. It's hard to see. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's big deal.
I can't.
One person's alive.
I couldn't. We're almost there. Are we there yet? Pretty sure I've been up 5 floors. Okay, one more floor. Escape pod launch bay? Maybe escaping first.
Still in there.
Where's the narrator?
Still in the box.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You can't finish it before the game starts. What I want to do is the press conference. Press conference. The elevator ending. An ending that occurs when you continually go up and down the corridor in the boss's office. You can do that?
Did you explore?
I didn't, because I didn't think it was possible to sit down. Did you see that the food closet is locked?
Yes.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Close the game and reopen it again.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I mean, at least I don't have to input the code every time now. Because he just does it for me.
So you just walk in there and then close the door.
Here's the door, just go.
Walk out before it closes.
Well, that's the house was safe.
I don't know what other elevator it could.
Exactly.
Well, it's the one that leads to. I mean, I can always try it. You're going to the hospital?
Yeah, I think I have a sign that's instead. Let me get taken care of before we find it.
Grinding around. Like, I like grinding. Don't get me wrong. I find it so nice when you get a kind of ants. Like, the extra time that you take overly
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I don't know, it's just the elevator right before the microphone facility, so I don't know which one that is.
Probably just one somewhere in the realm.
I don't see.
You could just restart the game now.
The
Is it
Ah. But I think you have to have, this is the ultra deluxe one. Okay. Room closet ending. Art ending. Dear me mortal, I am the essence of divine. Oh, hey, it isn't the Stanley one. Disobey the narrator and take the acting filter at all times.
Take the what?
The art ending is an ending that occurs when the baby game has been playing for 4 hours. I'm not doing that until I get an auto clicker and have the auto clicker do it for 4 hours. I'm not. Stop. The incorrect ending. We got the sending.
Sending, where
Or we kill ourselves.
Or,
Yeah.
Washington. It's actually
The incorrect ending, also known as the not Stanley ending or person ending, is the ending is where the player unplugs the phone and the phone.
Stanley stood for a long time and all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I didn't realize you could just stand there and he would give you something. We're gonna see. I might want to get like 2 more endings.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Proceed through the
What is off my
slots and what and the websites for those spots enter the phone room. Unplug the phone? Oh!
The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too much, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Did you take the lift?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh! But if we jump when it's not in motion, will we still die? $5,000.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone? Now, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Oh, what?
I have no idea.
Hear me out. My goodness, is it
Practice?
4:00?
Practice.
Just wants you to practice.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Can you just not?
Well, I'm looking. These are the 2 doors.
Right.
They're all trying to change the story are off, such as you guys
double that and make
make
it 5 times harder to
Talk to your death. Well, the things of your words are going to be the most walking up price, blah, 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 leaving the box office.
And how they have to get it,
Narrative
like, is it they have to
you know what
stare
Stanley
at
should
it
do in the
or whatever
scenario,
they're doing the joke as it
which
for.
would mean choosing
For, like,
responsibly and
hours on
always
end.
putting the story
Like,
first.
look at the guy who
Then
does jokes
same
for
left door
GTA.
voice. If you open the door, it'll progress as normal.
But, like, actually go to
The boss is almost
switch on this guy in Joe Clinton's for GTA. Watch the cast.
Oh, he really does. Just turns it off.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Infuriates at you from watching him.
Just play the game. But he literally was like,
Enter the right door. Not lying. If you were lying, stop right now.
that's pretty much
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
I don't know what happens if you don't go the right door.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Be affected the 2 doors and become a dead end. Left door becomes blocked by a staircase, and the right one is blocked by copy machines. Okay, so basically, when both sub-endings have been before once, the player will... Okay, I'll do both. Should I go left or right first? I should go left. Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Should we go into the broom closet? Oh, never mind, we can't.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Downstairs at that point.
I can't. It's blocked off. Why is this office green?
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Tee-hee.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Doesn't really... Like, it doesn't have access to the...
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Very crucial. Now you put the person that doesn't speak in front of a voice receiver!
Okay, fine, you're not gonna do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nah. I'm still on the...
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Now let me make sure that I'm doing that correctly.
Just go back to the right again.
Meeting room. Okay. If you... Oh, no, I have to... Because I'm pretty sure it doesn't really do anything. But I think I have to go back to trails. And go to the meeting room. This way. I was checking to make sure I didn't just keep it.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that you... My story! You've destroyed my work! Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to. Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground.
What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Accurate, yeah.
Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me?
He's not gonna do
Whatever
anything.
choice you make is
He
just
feels
fine.
bad.
They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice.
Oh,
That's
he's
all right.
so
I'll wait for you to
sad.
decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Feel bad.
Now's the time to switch to completely battle.
No. I kind of want to see if there's any other ending I want to do.
Switch it up on again. Go back.
Back to the broom closet, the coward ending. Close the door to Stanley's office while still inside.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure.
I could do
What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Infinite full ending? I don't think it's one in.
Deluxe just adds more ending.
The deluxe adds a lot more. Yeah. That's also what the the out of map ending? Out of map ending is an ending that occurs when Stanley leaves the map through the window on the left side of the first office windows.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Exit Stanley's office approach the chair at 434's desk. Step onto it, crouch over the divider, and walk through the window.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
Flashbang, it's great.
Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
What do you think? Yes or no?
Ah, then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Okay, time to go to the other ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want, like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. You too will become quite unbearable.
Well, there's one more ending I want to try, and then I think I'll be done.
This day is this random. You're saying you want to keep this.
As much as I love him,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I need to try.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
But there's an ending to go in there.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay. Now let me.
We're supposed to learn to get it's cargo lift, next cargo lift, going to board, sign, I don't think.
Like jumping around. Was there an event somewhere?
The fence, the one you're staring at. It's called a vent.
It says that it's good.
Wait, come on. On your
Wait.
Oh, that's a.
It says I can't. Hey! I got down.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
No, I just got it. Because that was a big one.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
Yeah, I'll do the infinite ending next time. And
Cold feet ending?
I'll do cold feet ending, infinite home ending, and I'll do whiteboard ending, and I'll try to do serious ending, but I don't know how to do that one. So I will do that next time I play. Yippee. That was fun.
Sure.